Have you ever wondered what would happen if you swallowed gallium? Picture this, a soft silvery metal that can melt in your hand. That's gallium for you, a non-toxic element with a low melting point, yet quite obscure to most. This peculiar metal has properties that can baffle the mind, but what happens when it meets the complex human body? What kind of journey does it embark on? Stay tuned as we delve into the fascinating world of this less-known element and its interaction with our bodies. Are you familiar with gallium? Do you know where it's found? Well, let's dive in. Gallium, with the atomic number 31, is a fascinating element on the periodic table. It's a soft, silvery metal at room temperature. But here's the kicker. It melts just above the normal human body temperature, turning into a liquid at around 30 degrees Celsius. Gallium is typically found in trace amounts within bauxite, coal, diaspore, germanite, and sphalerite. It's not abundantly available, but it's there, hiding in the shadows. In terms of uses, gallium has a finger in many pies. It's a key player in electronics, being used in semiconductors and light-emitting diodes, or LEDs. It's even used in medical thermometers as a non-toxic replacement for mercury, so gallium is pretty versatile, wouldn't you say? Now that you have a basic understanding of gallium, are you ready to know what happens when it enters our body? So, what happens when you swallow gallium? Imagine this. You've just swallowed a small piece of gallium. It begins its journey sliding down your esophagus, a muscular tube that connects your throat to your stomach. The gallium, being a solid at room temperature, maintains its form as it descends. Then, it arrives in your stomach, a muscular sac filled with powerful gastric acid. This is where the real adventure begins. The stomach acid, a potent mixture of hydrochloric acid, potassium chloride, and sodium chloride, works to break down everything you ingest. But gallium, being a post-transition metal, is somewhat resistant to these acids. It doesn't dissolve instantly like a sugar cube in a cup of hot tea. Instead, gallium reacts with the stomach acid, causing it to liquefy. Yes, you heard it right. Gallium melts at just above room temperature, around 29 degrees Celsius, transforming into a silvery metallic liquid inside your stomach. From here, the liquid gallium continues its journey. It moves into the small intestine, a winding, convoluted tube where most of the digestion and absorption of our food takes place. But gallium is not a nutrient your body needs or recognizes. It remains unabsorbed and continues on its pathway. It then enters the large intestine, the last stop in our digestive system. Here, water and electrolytes are typically absorbed from the food matter. Again, gallium, being an alien substance, is not absorbed. It stays in its liquid form, moving along with the rest of the waste towards the rectum. Finally, the gallium exits your body, still in its liquid form, through the rectum. It's been a fascinating journey, hasn't it, from a solid piece of metal to a liquid traveling through the intricate labyrinth of our digestive system. Interesting, isn't it? But wait, there's more. How does our body react to this foreign substance? How does our body react when we swallow gallium? Let's dive into the curious case of gallium's interaction with our body. When we swallow gallium, it doesn't just pass through our digestive system like a ghost in the night. It interacts. But what exactly happens? Gallium is an interesting element. It's not absorbed readily by the body. Rather, it passes through the digestive tract largely unchanged. In fact, the majority of the swallowed gallium will be eliminated from the body within a few days, making its stay in our bodies pretty short-lived. However, this doesn't mean that gallium is completely harmless. While it is true that gallium is not considered a heavy metal and doesn't have the same toxicity as lead or mercury, it can still cause certain health effects. For instance, prolonged exposure to gallium can cause skin rashes, while inhaling gallium dust can lead to throat irritation and coughing. But what about swallowing it? Well, if you were to swallow a significant amount of gallium, you might experience some gastrointestinal discomfort. This could include symptoms such as nausea, vomiting, or diarrhea. But these symptoms are typically brief and subside once the gallium has passed through your system. So, is it dangerous? The short answer is, not really, at least not in small amounts. Gallium is considered to be of low toxicity. The World Health Organization has even classified gallium as being not classified as to its carcinogenicity to humans. That's a fancy way of saying that there's no evidence that gallium can cause cancer. However, it's important to remember that just because something isn't deadly doesn't mean it's safe to eat. Gallium isn't food, and it's not meant to be ingested. So while a small accidental swallow might not be cause for alarm, it's certainly not something to make a habit of. Now you know how our body reacts to gallium, but should you be worried if you accidentally swallow this element? Is it dangerous to swallow gallium? We've traveled through the basics of gallium, the journey it takes within our body, and the body's reaction to this intriguing element. Now it's time to encapsulate our findings and reach a conclusion. Gallium, a soft, silvery metal, is unique. It melts at just above room temperature and is often safe to handle. However, what happens when it's ingested? The truth is, scientific studies and expert opinions vary. Some experts suggest that gallium is largely harmless when swallowed, as it's considered non-toxic. It doesn't interact significantly with our body tissues and usually passes through the digestive system without causing any harm. However, others caution that ingesting gallium may lead to minor health issues. It could potentially cause mild stomach upset or diarrhea due to its laxative effect. In rare cases, it might trigger an allergic reaction. Moreover, it's essential to remember that these studies primarily focus on small, one-time ingestions. The effects of regularly swallowing gallium or consuming it in large amounts remain largely unknown and could potentially be harmful. So what's the final verdict? While gallium is generally not considered dangerous, it's not entirely risk-free. And let's not forget, it's not food. It's a fascinating element, yes, but not something you should be adding to your diet. Now you're equipped with the knowledge of what happens when you swallow gallium. Remember, even though it's deemed non-toxic, it's always best not to swallow non-food items. Stay curious and continue questioning the world around you.
Don't forget to like, subscribe and share this video. That's all for Nifty Narration.